Do you have a split personality? Do you sometimes feel that the world is not accepting you the way you are? Have you read about this book, The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde by R.L. Stevenson? This is a path-breaking book in terms of understanding the human psychology. And if you really understand the Jekyll and Hyde, you understand half of people's behaviors, their behavior patterns, the people management skills, basically all the soft skills lessons that are being taught to us in our times. So, what is this Jekyll and Hyde actually about? Is it about the split personality that we are just talking about? And what is personality? Let's just try to understand what is this personality. So the etymology of this word is really interesting. In the olden days, when the Greeks, when they used to do the theaters, the actors on the stage used to take masks as props and put this mask before their face, and this was called a persona. So the persona was essentially the mask that these actors wore to depict different characters. So when we use this word today, like someone has a dominant personality, someone has a charming personality, are we really essentially referring to the mask they are wearing in our day-to-day life? Are we all playing different characters at different stages of our life? This is really food for thought. So if someone really asks you sometimes, why are you a split personality? I don't understand you. I don't trust you. You are not reliable. You act like this on one day and you become very, very different the other day. Tell them that I am not an unconscious split personality. I am a conscious split personality, and this is fun for me. What is a torture for you? It's actually fun, and if it is not harming you, let me be. Why this is an honest answer? Because even if you claim that the other person is a split personality and you are a very unidimensional personality, you are lying. Because every human being has the traits of Jekyll and Hyde in them. Now, some people suppress them, and some people discipline their life to walk on a straight line. But and that works, because sometimes we do need to act differently based on the times and the occasion and the environment. Because in economics there is a rule, individual and group behavior is different. They have to be different, because if we all let loose our wild sides and hides in us, the world will be a case of parallel chaos, and there will be a great disorder. So essentially we need to discipline ourselves based on the times and the occasions, because this is what we are taught in the soft skills, to be polished in the client meetings, in the business partnerships, because if we are not coming on to an agreement, basically our wild desires and heights will drive us mad, and we won't be able to walk on the path of growth and development, because each one of us will think differently and we will be very, very wild. So this is important, but it's also important to understand that those who have this split personality, they are closer to truth. They're not wrong. But why it's a problem when they act differently and people do not accept them? Why are people with a split personality not being accepted in the world the way they should have been? So here is my answer, and this is the differentiator between when it's a problem and when it's a solution. If it's a conscious split personality, it's a great fun, it's a great joy, it will compound your joy, it will give you a great life. But if it's an unconscious split personality, this is going to be a problem, if not for you, then certainly for others. Because when you are unconscious, when you are when you are an unconscious split personality, you do not know that you have one such split personality, and this, when you take this to the extreme, it's a problem. Anything which you can take to the extreme is either going to multiply the joy or the sorrow. So in the famous movie Psycho, Alfred Hitchcock's classic Psycho, Norman Bates' character suffers from this DID, dissociative identity disorder. Now I sometimes feel that it's very harsh to use this word disorder, because in their mind they're just trying to be, and this, to the outer world, it looks like a problem. But because we all have to live in this world, we have to have some kind of order. Else, as I'm saying, all these parallel whims and fantasies and desires will go us crazy and mad, and it will lead to us fighting each other just like animals. So the point is, the main differentiator, the crux is this: are we, and we have to be very honest and transparent with our answers, are we a conscious split personality or an unconscious split personality? Because if we are conscious, if we are on the driver's seat, we will enjoy. If our imaginations are being controlled by us, if we are on the driver's seat, we will be really enjoying it. It will be great fun, because those who are unidimensional, they are missing the charm and fun in life. But if I'm a split personality and I'm aware of all these splits in me, all the Hydes and Jekylls in me, and a whole range of Jekylls and Hydes, then I'm really going to have a great fun, because I exactly know when to switch off and when to switch on. If I have this judicious, this wisdom, this discretionary wisdom and prudence in me, I exactly know when to switch which button, when to do what. So when the situation has to be serious, maybe in a business meeting, when I'm giving a client presentation, I have to be serious. But when the situation demands, if I'm on a holiday, even then, if I'm serious, because people in my company know me as a very serious person, I'm downright stupid. So this is the differentiator, whether you are on the driver's seat or you are being driven. In my college days, I watched this movie Ratatouille, where this very famous line by Chef Gusteau, "Hey, stop spoiling the soup, and nobody's doing anything." They're saying, what can I do? I'm just a figment of your imagination. So this is the same case with all of us. We are all being driven to all the wild sides by the figments of our own imagination. So the point is, when someone is telling you, "Hey, you are freaking me out. Why are you such a split personality? Some days you are really good, and some days you are really very, very indifferent to all of us." The science is this: soon as someone meets you or talks to you or interacts with you for 5 days, when you are very talkative, you have a great sense of humor, you have charmed people around you, they have put you straight away into some box or bracket as type A. So type A means extrovert. This person, extrovert, put it into type A. Now on the 6th day, when you suddenly become silent and you want to enjoy nature, and you are very, very introvert, now you are trying to intrude and transgress. You are trying to jump into type B, which is not a problem for you, but a problem for this person. Because this person has already accepted you and generalized you and put you into type A. Now, because you are trying to move into type B, jump to type B, this is increasing the load on their brain and the brain processing activity. This is increasing the work for them, for their brain, basically. Because it's increasing their task, that they have now got to accept you as both type A and type B together. This is why they are freaking out sometimes and telling you, "Why are you like this? I can't trust you. You are not reliable. Some days you are like this, and some days you are like that." This is the interesting science. It's about generalization, and generalization is not always bad. Of course, if you take it to the extreme again, it's bad. But before that, generalization has helped us in our phases of growth. It has helped us because it provides a sample for future course of action. So the problem is not really on you. You are just trying to be yourself. The problem is with the other person, who is always, all the time, trying to generalize you into type A or type B and type C, because once they generalize you, it's easier for them to accept you. They're also not wrong. They want to accept you, and because they want to accept you in a simple way with less effort, they are just generalizing type A, type B, type C. But now you are switching sides and you are going wild. Sometimes you are very, very silent. Sometimes you are very, very outspoken and over the top. This is actually creating problems for them in accepting you. So this is the science why they sometimes tell you, "You are freaking me out. Why are you like this?" So why we have such kind of wild sides? To begin with, every person has a Jekyll and Hyde in them. And if anyone tells you that you are like this, you are a split personality, you are crazy, and if they feel and think that they are unidimensional and they are serious, some people assume that they are serious. On the workplace, you will find some people never laughing, never interacting with you, and they are always talking sense and cut to the point. They will ask about numbers, and they will not be blinking, and they will be always focused. So this works. Sometimes we can discipline ourselves to have that kind of focus and concentrated attention, but there has to be an understanding that this is a conditioned, disciplined reflex. This is not what comes naturally to human beings. What is natural is more towards them. These people with split personality, they are being more natural. But why is this happening in the first case? So in biology, we have learned that as we go from unicellular to multicellular organisms, the complexities and the variations and the diversities increase. It's bound to increase. And because this diversity is increasing up the ladder, human beings have this diverse variations and complexities, not just in terms of physical anatomy, but also in terms of the mind and the behavioral patterns and the thought currents and the internal and external behaviors. And because we have all these strange variations and diversities, uh, it's very very difficult to let loose all our feelings and parallel feelings. It will run amok. It will run like chaos in the world. So this is to be understood, that if someone has this Jekylls and Hydes in them, it's not a problem. It's actually coming more natural to human beings. Now we have got to learn how to condition them, how to tune them, and polish them with all the soft skills, hard skills, whatever you call it, behavioral, technical, functional skills, based on the time and situation and occasion. Because as I said, if you are walking on a tightrope, the occasion demands that you are serious and focused and concentrated. If you are going to laugh at somebody's jokes when you are walking on a tightrope, you are stupid, because you are going to fall. So this is the real science behind engagement. So every science behind how we can engage with ourselves with the reality that we all have a Jekyll and Hyde in us. Now, what next? How to grow when you have this kind of Jekylls and Hydes personalities? Because most of us are unconscious about our split personalities. As I said, if it's coming consciously, it's a great fun. But most of us are unconscious split personality, and that is the problem. So do this, do some catharsis. Join a gym, join a dance class, go running, go jogging, do any damn physical activity which makes you sweat. And if you cannot do anything, just talk gibberish for 5 to 10 minutes. What's gibberish? You vent out all your frustration about somebody or something in a very foreign language. Pick Polish or French or Spanish, any language which you really do not understand the grammar of, and you start talking gibberish in those languages for 5 to 10 minutes. Blah, 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 anything. Just vent out everything what you have with all your honesty. Now when you do this, after 5 to 10 minutes, you become silent and aware, and watch everything that is happening in and around you. Watch your breath, watch your thought currents, watch every damn sensation that is arising in and around you. As you go on doing this, after some time you find that you are neither Dr. Jekyll nor Mr. Hyde. This is the moment of transformation in life. When you realize you are neither Jekyll nor Hyde, so what are you? Are you the witness? Are you the bystander? Are you the watcher of all these frills and whims and fantasies happening and rising seemingly around you? This takes us to the next stage of growth in life, and we become free from all these worries, anxieties, fears. This is what Carl Jung is referring to when he's saying that until you make the unconscious conscious, you will end up living an unfulfilled life, and you will call it fate or destiny. And you will sometimes really wonder and freak out. Why I did like this? Did I do this? How could I do this? And you will keep worrying about all these worries, apprehensions and anxieties, where from they are coming from. No, you are just not aware about your unconscious. And this, what you are seeing, is a net result of this process. You are just trying to suppress the Hydes in you. It's not going to work. Suppression is actually increasing the power of the Hyde. It will come back with even greater force to haunt you. So all we have to do is to become aware of the Jekylls and Hydes in us, and then we realize that it's just a classic case of duality. It's a flip of the coin. Jekyll needs Hyde to think that it is on the higher pedestal, and Hyde is essentially an extension of the Jekyll. They both need each other. It's a case of duality, and this is something we all have to understand. Once we become aware of the Jekylls and Hydes, we become free and we become more aware. Then we are in the driver's seat. We become the driver, and we exactly know when to switch on and when to switch off based on the demands and situation and the environment. And once we can accept ourselves this way, we can also accept other human beings in the world. Then we will never be telling others, hey, you're a split personality, it's freaking me out, why are you like this? Because we understand ourselves better, we are understanding every human being in the outer world better.